here is our syllabus-mapped game plan for today. We're hitting GS Paper 1 for Art and Culture, then moving to GS Paper 2 for Social Justice, jumping into GS Paper 3 for Infrastructure Growth, and finally wrapping up with the Aspirant's Edge. To save you some precious time, we are strategically skipping Papers 4 and 5 today.
Let's kick things off with Section 1, GS Paper 1, Art and Culture, recognizing Assam's cultural heritage.
Okay, jot this down because this is absolute gold for your prelims. Prasar Bharati just conferred its prestigious top-grade recognition to 4 exceptional Satriya artists right here from Assam. Now, top grade is literally the highest category of recognition for classical artists in our country. So if an MCQ pops up asking about recent national broadcaster recognitions for Satriya, boom, you know exactly what to take. It's a massive win for our cultural heritage.
Now, let's pivot from prelims facts to some serious mains ammunition. Listen to this statement regarding the state's development journey, preserving and promoting our rich veracity of Satriya, folk traditions, theater, and music. The keyword here is veracity. Mark my words, when you're writing a GS Paper 1 essay on cultural preservation, do not just write boring, generic sentences. Quote this exactly. Using a term like veracity alongside our roots shows the examiner you're reading the news like a true administrator, linking government visions straight to cultural identity. That's how you snatch those extra marks.
Moving right along to Section 2, GS Paper 2, Social Justice, Welfare Initiatives for Vulnerable Demographics. First things first, let's get our administrative vocabulary crystal clear. CWSN. This stands for Children with Special Needs. When you are drafting answers on social justice, you absolutely must categorize this demographic correctly. They require highly targeted, vital support systems, rehabilitation services, and honestly, specialized integration into our educational framework. Remember, as a future administrator, your primary duty is to the most vulnerable in society.
So, if a question comes up in GS2 about the role of civil society organizations or NGOs in supporting vulnerable groups, here is your ready-made case study. The Adarsha Care and Research Center was just inaugurated in Guwahati. The brilliant part? It's driven directly by the Parents Association of Children with Special Needs. It's guided by local leaders like President Gina Begum and Secretary Jiban Deka, and formally validated by renowned special educators like Sashima Das. It's the perfect real-world example of community-driven rehabilitation. Drop this specific example into your answers to prove you know exactly how localized welfare works on the ground.
Shifting gears now to Section 3, GS Paper 3, Infrastructure Growth, the Gopur-Numaligarh Mega Tunnel.
18,662 crore rupees. Let that number sink in for a second. That is the massive estimated project cost for the proposed underwater tunnel connecting Gopur and Numaligarh. When you see capital expenditure of this sheer economic scale, you immediately know it's going to have a guaranteed multiplier effect on our state's economy. We aren't just talking about a road here, we are talking about a monumental piece of national infrastructure.
As an aspiring civil servant, you've got to evaluate projects by comparing the before and after. Right now, crossing the Brahmaputra involves high logistics costs and painfully long travel times, which totally bottlenecks our freight movement. But the future? It is absolutely transformative. This is going to be the first underwater rail-cum-road tunnel in all of India, and literally the second of its kind in the entire world. And it's doing double duty. It safeguards environmental and navigational interests while simultaneously boosting critical military strategic requirements for the Northeast. It's a complete game changer. And the efficiency gains here are just staggering. We are projecting an 85% reduction in travel distance and a mind-blowing 95% reduction in travel time. I mean, just imagine what that does to logistics costs for freight movement. Think about the speed of connectivity. These are the hard, undeniable statistics you must underline in your mains answers when you're discussing how we overcome geographical bottlenecks to fuel economic development in the Northeast.
Finally, we arrive at Section 4, the Aspirant's Edge, synthesizing today's analysis for mains.
I want to leave you with a Socratic question for your daily answer writing practice today. How does the Gopur-Numaligarh tunnel not just connect two banks, but bridge the economic divide in the Northeast? Think about that 18,662 crore investment. Think about that 95% reduction in travel time. Think about the strategic military benefits and the massive drop in logistics costs. Now, I want you to sit down and structure a tight 250-word answer synthesizing all these points. Stay motivated, keep your eyes on the ultimate goal, and keep writing. Until our next explainer session, keep learning and keep striving. Jai Hind.